on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello, and welcome to Midlifers. We are your hosts, Fons
And Miss.
and this is our weekly podcast where it's not self-help but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter, and a deep dive into the past.
Hello, listeners. This week we are starting with Then and Now, watching TV. How things have changed over the years, and they have changed dramatically. Let me tell you that. This is an interesting one. We're going to rant or rave Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio. Why not? And who did a better battle? Oh, my God. I'm very excited about this. 90s classic movies. Cruel Intentions versus Romeo and Juliet.
So let's jump in.
Yahoo! Okay, Fonz, Then and Now, watching TV.
Yep.
If we think back to our childhood, there are like 5 channels, you know, with the antennas, everything was all blurry. Especially ABC or SBS. They're very fuzzy. Obviously, you had to sit through the commercials.
Yeah.
Sunday night was movie night at 8:30.
Yes, or 60 minutes.
Oh, 60 minutes. Oh, when your parents had to change a channel to put on news at 6 o'clock.
I had a Sale of the Century. When that came on, I was like, oh, Tony Barber.
I like Sale of the
So
Century.
old.
That's me now because I watch Jeopardy. The kids are probably like, oh my God, you lamos. But yes, the options were limited, but there's something about it because you would sit there as a family and watch it all. You'd have to have the TV week to know what's going on.
TV week, yes. I was going to say every Saturday night was family night watching Hey Hey
Saturday. Yes.
And it peaked
Yes.
at Red Faces.
Yeah. Red
The
Faces,
gong.
yes. Bong.
Oh, God, it was fun.
Yes, but as I said, because your options were limited, you're either, if you weren't watching TV, you're probably in your room listening to radio, recording songs off
Being
the radio.
creative.
Yes. So very different to how it is nowadays.
Yes.
Well, one thing I did love was like the moments in the year where you know certain things were on. So going into Christmas, you would have the Christmas movies, which are the same ones from every year, and they had this stop claymation one that used to be on. I don't know if you remember it.
I just remember the Cabbage Patch Christmas.
Oh, I don't
It was a
remember that
cartoon.
one.
Loved the Cabbage Patch. There was one, the Silly Symphony, and the Merry Melodies, one of the old style. It was from the 1950s. I used to love watching it every year.
Oh, speaking of that sort of era, on the Saturday afternoons would be like Jerry Lewis movies or Elvis movies.
And Shirley Temple.
Yes,
They were fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, God, I love those days.
I love the Elvis movies like River, Love River.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even Jerry Lewis, how funny he was.
Yeah. And what? Dean Martin.
Dean Martin.
Yes.
Was it Dean Martin?
Yes. Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
God almighty.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
just taking it back.
I reckon, because I remember that watching it at my grandparents' house.
Oh, yeah.
Mum would drop us off. She'd work at Bevel's, and she'd drop us off to get babysat, and we'd watch that. But also we watched SBS at my grandparents' house.
Oh, really?
Because my grandparents spoke about at least 10 different languages because they were from Egypt.
Oh, really?
And so they watched SBS, and all I saw was sometimes boobs and soccer. SBS, sex between soccer. That's what it stands for. That's what SBS stands for. It doesn't really.
Nah, that's what you used to say. Really?
Sex between soccer.
Yeah, I forgot about the late night raunchy SBS movies, especially
Yeah.
like, you know, when you're 12 or 13 and your parents really quickly see what's on the.
But they weren't raunchy. They were just European.
You're raunchy for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Different to the stands of the things kids can watch nowadays, but oh my God, it's so naughty.
But I remember as well the saying, don't sit so close to the TV or you're going to get square eyes.
I use that now for the tablet.
That's gone. We're all in our glasses
You know
now.
what's funny now? Sometimes I'll say, kids, get off your devices and then come watch your TV with me. Like the TV is it's a
giant device. Come together. I remember when Foxtel first came out. It was in
Foxtel.
1995.
Oh, and you were fancy if you had Foxtel.
So I remember our family friends who are now we're related to because my brother married into the family. They had Foxtel, and I was like, I want to watch Channel V.
Yep,
because they had like they'd go to music festivals and they had Jabba and.
But then the whole thing of streaming. The streaming came along.
The stream.
Yes, and that's what changed it. Like the availability of content that you wanted.
5 channels were not enough.
No, and I want to watch what I want to watch
when I want to watch
Yes.
it. And
Yep.
also you could record.
Yep.
as well,
Yeah.
record.
Oh, yeah. Record the shows. Yep.
Yeah, and there were no commercials. Like,
Yep.
free to air, we'd watch commercials, but those commercials is what we look back to nostalgically.
Yeah. Isn't that funny that now, like, yeah, but a good commercial is a good commercial. You know,
Yeah.
I still appreciate.
Well,
a
I
good
have to watch it
commercial.
on YouTube on the best commercials of 2024.
No, I remember like Bondo can toot and like an intro. Not happy, Jan.
Yes.
They'll live in our psyche forever.
Yes. Mellow Yellow. I don't know why Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow. The Solo Man.
Oh, that's so.
He's been in his canoe and he's had this big mustache.
What is it? The VB, good old this hard cold beer, and the best cold beer is
VB. 131166. 131166. 131166. Pizza Hut delivery.
I was like, where are you going with that? The Luba bill would come to you 30,
32. Flashback to now.
Yes.
Are we still then?
No, I'm in the transition, the middle point. And I remember this because I had my eldest in 2011. And then when she was young, starting to watch ABC for kids.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't know what time it starts. Does it start at 7 a.m.? Probably starts earlier than that.
It would start 6.
And it finishes at 7 p.m. So it's constant kids TV shows with limited. The commercials were just ABC commercials
ABC
anyway.
kids commercials.
I'm like, oh my God, 'cause if we had that growing up, my God.
Oh, but we watched Play School, Romper Room, Fat
did.
Cat,
But
Humphrey
there'd
Bear.
just be those little shows in between.
Yeah,
There wouldn't be
you'd
a
have to-
channel dedicated to it.
No, you'd
Yeah.
have to flick
Yes.
between channels because I think Fat Cat was on Channel 7 and Humphrey was on Channel
Humphrey
9.
Bear.
Humphrey
Remember
Bear.
Romper Room?
Bloody hell, I remember Romper
And
Room.
then have the mirror at the end.
Was your name ever called?
Never.
That's
Yeah, Michael's No, it was very not very
Anglo.
ethnic. Yeah, very Anglo at the time.
The ethnic kids missed out.
We did. We're ripped off. And guaranteed any ethnic kid watching would be like, no, they never called my name and still feel that emotion.
Yep.
So it was ABC, and then so my kids went from ABC Kids to ABC3, the next channel, and that's like when a little bit before that. So we've had Foxtel, then Netflix started, and even ABC On Demand started. I looked at 2008, and then YouTube. And I remember my kids starting to watch YouTube, and they'd be like watching. This is first on their devices before the smart TV came out, and they'd be watching kids open up presents and toys and play. I'm like, why don't you just do it rather than watch it? But yes, so then smart TVs came around, and I will tell you now, if it wasn't for me and my husband, my kids would never watch free-to-air TV. They're always just watching Netflix, Disney, YouTube.
Yes.
And come 7:30, I'll say to them, put on the normal TV, and then we'll watch like The Block or Hunted together.
We don't watch it anymore. This year has been the first year we have not watched any Block, Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, nothing. My husband, because he works a lot, by the time he gets home, we're like, let's put on YouTube and watch some stream. And we watch streamers on YouTube.
So I've never watched, my husband and I would never watch YouTube.
Oh, we are fully on YouTube now.
So you don't actually have free to air?
We have, no, it's kind of broken, which is why.
Okay.
But we just, watch Tyler Zed, we watch Harold Balder, watch Bald and Bankrupt, watch a lot of bald people. Walter's World, lots of travel stuff. So again, it's accommodating our niche.
Yeah. It's so weird because I said 7:30 our house, free to air goes on. My kids usually go to bed at 8:30, say 9 o'clock. I will actually go through the free to air channels.
My God, you flick.
Yes, I do flick, and there'll be like an episode of Seinfeld that I've watched 100 times, and I'll watch that. You know why? Unless there's something I specifically want to watch, because there's too much choice. I get overwhelmed with it, and I just go to what I know, and I know I like.
Do you know, it is a thing of going to what you know, because I know if I've got the night to myself, I will binge watch Grey's Anatomy, still going through it. I have never watched the episodes, but it's that comfort of it's there.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, so change quickly. And if you do it, watching with subtitles, because my kids watch everything with subtitles. And now I'm used to it too. Whereas growing up, if something had subtitles, you'd be like, oh,
take it off.
Subtitles? Yes, don't need it.
I don't want to read when I watch a movie now. Yes, it's the only time I do read.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know if my hearing's going as well. It just makes everything a bit more clearer.
Yeah. If it was up to my kids, that free to air would never be watched. I don't know how free to air will continue in the next generation.
Is there a future in free to air TV now?
It's the young kids don't watch it. I tell you that much. Even the old kids like you don't watch it.
We don't watch it. No, we watch what we want to watch that suits our niche.
Yeah, times have changed.
Yep.
So that's our then and now. Off. Done.
Rave.
Rant or Rave.
Yeah. Jesus, miss.
I had to put a theatrics in there.
Brought the Croatian through. Miss, today we're going to rant or rave who Martin Scorsese has deemed to say one of the greatest actors in history.
Whoa. That's big.
It is a big.
It is
Today we are ranting and or raving Leonardo DiCaprio. And this is a bit of a fun one.
Yes.
This is just,
silliness.
Fun.
It's okay.
So join us for the ride.
We don't know where it's going.
Welcome to the house of fun. Did you know
Yes.
he's 49 years old?
No, I
didn't
didn't
know that.
Okay, well, makes sense. He's older than us. He's been around.
Yeah.
He's been around.
Forever young.
Where
But
did
he's not.
did you remember him? First time I remember him was from Growing Pains.
1991. I
Growing
had the
Pains.
hots for him.
Yes, from Growing Pains.
Yeah.
Yes,
Where he
'cause I
played
love that show.
He played homeless teenager Luke Bauer.
Yeah, he was so cute with that 90s, classic 90s
The
haircut,
and
like a
blonde
mushroom.
with the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
He was good from the start.
Yeah.
Great from
He's
the
a
get-go.
fantastic actor.
Yes. Can I go through some of my favourites? Okay.
Please.
Ones that stand out. So I've got Growing Pains.
Yep.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh yes.
How good was he? Romeo and Juliet. I'm going through, there's so many more.
go
Romeo
on.
and Juliet, Titanic, The Beach, The Departed, Catch Me If You Can, another one that I love watching all the time, Blood Diamond, Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street, so many more.
I am.
What else you got?
I learned how to do a South African accent through watching Blood
Blood
Diamond.
Diamond.
I thought his accent was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
He's fantastic. He's a great actor, as you
He's
said.
an excellent actor.
And his roles are fantastic. Similar to the on Tom Cruise vein, where he's just a brilliant actor, and the roles that he picks now, especially obviously once you get to a certain thing, you can really handpick your roles.
Yeah.
They're fantastic movies.
And he seems, look, apart from his dating life, which
Let's-
we'll go into
we will,
later,
okay, yep.
but he just seems like a good guy. Like his chemistry with Kate Winslet.
Oh, yeah.
Like they just seem so supportive of each other.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Even with Brad Pitt and whoever he co-stars with, I don't think there's any beef. And maybe
He's not really like on that type of thing. He's not controversial.
No, I don't think so. I think he must be a professional on set. I like to think that.
And he seems like he keeps his private life.
life.
Yeah, he's sort of down. He's not like a showy person or anything. He's just famous, but like it's not as if he's loves being famous.
No,
so-
but can I just say one thing I learned about Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
He was part of an underground poker ring. It was founded by Toby Maguire,
Yes.
who I thought was such a good
No,
guy.
no,
He's
he's a
naughty.
douche, yeah.
And it had Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Matt Damon in
I
it.
tell you, I'll watch the movie Molly's Game because it's all
I've
about
seen
this.
Molly's Game.
Yeah, that's about him. So
I
the
did
main
not know.
character, the Michael Cera, is Toby Maguire.
What?
Yes. So and I was reading more about last, so he was a complete a-hole. Yeah. And it's funny because he's got that sort of earnest.
He's got that boyish look.
Yes. Yeah. But like, so Leonardo was sort of as a draw card for Toby to bring in extra players, but he was non-controversial in it though.
Did you ever hear, Miz, when you blew the candles out on your 25th birthday, it was like a book had shut on you and you could no longer date Leo DiCaprio.
Well, it's quite disappointing because he was going to be my husband. Very much so.
Really?
In the 90s. It's been in Romeo and Juliet days. Not so much Titanic, but Romeo and Juliet. Oh, my God. I had such a big crush
You
on
had
him.
a chance back in high school, man.
Yeah, I know.
But as soon as you hit 25, you're gone,
I met him
girl.
20 years ago. Oh, it is crazy. Like, I'm just trying to think, if I was 50, dating at like a 20, and 25 was the limit, like how? It's
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. Even at 30, think of dating a 25-year-old was gross. Nah,
I could do
not
it.
for me.
Yeah.
1 year younger was my limit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love an older man.
Good to know.
As soon as you hit 40, you're gone.
Can I get all the 60,
Fonz's book is shut.
60-year-olds message Fonz? What's your telegraph?
BYOWS. Bring your own walking stick.
You really had to concentrate on that. You're like, I'm going to get this right.
I did. Yeah, so yes, I too would have to rant his dating age gap. What should it matter to us?
I know it doesn't matter. And, you know, we don't know anything about his private life, but we shall comment because why not?
I rant that
Yes.
because I wouldn't want my daughter dating him.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine when your daughter hits 25 starts dating a 50-year-old. No, thank you.
No.
I would
No.
if I'd introduce Leonardo into the house and then have my way with it.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Get out of cupcakes.
Come on, Leo, let's go.
So, Mez, do you rant or do you rave, Leo?
Listen, their private life is his private life, whatever. It's not to my taste, but that's you do you, boo.
Yep.
He's a fantastic actor.
I agree.
And he seems like a decent guy. There's not much controversy around him. He seems quite humble. So I rant Mr. Leo DiCaprio.
Rant?
I rave Leo DiCaprio. Oh my God, I always get it wrong. Usually when I say it, I'm like,
So
I
what's
rave.
that? Do you rave
I
Lisa
rave,
DiCaprio?
yes.
I rave Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes. Good to know. Who did it better battle?
Ding, ding. Here's the thing.
Here it is.
Who did it better? Was it Romeo and Juliet, a film from 1996, or Cruel Intentions from 1999?
Oh, this is a tricky one.
Oh, it was a good one, though.
Yes. I feel like these were films in our, I wouldn't say heyday, but because the actors or the characters were our age.
It was in our hormonally driven days.
Very horny.
It stirred up those emotions. We got tingles, man. Tingles in different parts of the body that we didn't know we had.
True. Especially with Cruel Intentions. That was such a horny movie.
Oh, that was a seductive, manipulative movie.
These little rich bitches doing things.
Yes.
Yeah, but I liked about that. Bit of comedy in there. A bit of the dark humour.
Oh, yes. I did like Selma Blair as Cecile.
She was fine.
Cecile, what are you doing? Christine Baranski was Cecile's mum. She's a great actress.
She's fantastic. She's just always in the supporting characters.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But Cruel Intentions, step siblings driven by power and money. They had a bet with Sebastian.
Oh, I loved that name.
Sebastian.
So he was my second husband. So Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh, really?
DiCaprio was my first.
Oh.
Ryan Felipe is my second husband. Continue.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Gosh, Ryan Felipe as Sebastian versus Leonardo DiCaprio as Romeo.
Oh, my goodness.
Romeo Montague? Or was it Romeo Capulet? Romeo
Is she a Capulet? Romeo Montague.
Montague. Yep. Romeo Montague. Who did better, Leo or Ryan?
Ooh,
I would love Leo.
Yes. Listen, I feel like
Dost thou love Leo?
I love Leo. I told you, he's my first husband, number one. Sorry to my real husband.
Who's that?
But come on, playing Shakespeare and Romeo is a bit more in depth than, although the Cruel Intentions was based on the book Les Liaisons Dangereuses.
It was a French book.
Yes, and it actually was made in a movie in the 80s or 90s with John Malkovich, and Uma Thurman played the Cecile character. Yes, and I think Michelle Pfeiffer perhaps.
Really? I did not know this.
But it didn't have the same. No,
this
not
is way
the same
sexier.
vibe. No.
I mean, it had Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
She was at the peak from Buffy.
And I loved, this was my notes of yes for Cruel Intentions. I loved that she did that different role because, again, it was very sexy, manipulative.
Yes.
Very different to her other character. And I love the bravery of her taking on this role and going for it.
Yes.
It
was great. And then she went to play Daphne in Scooby-Doo.
But she met Freddie Prinze Jr. there. But then you had Claire Danes, and this is her breakthrough role. And can I just tell you, I was so jealous of her.
Really?
Again, Leonardo DiCaprio. But again, because I wanted to do acting, and I thought seeing her kissing Leo, my husband, but also she was great in this. And I remember at the age thinking, I can't do this. She was fantastic in this role.
Well, you had to train for it, Mez.
Yes,
if you were a child star with a mother like
Okay.
Kris Jenner, you would have been great at it. But Claire Danes was 17 years old in that movie, and Leo DiCaprio was 21.
They're still babies.
Yeah, still babies. But they originally had someone else wanting to play the role of Juliet, Natalie Portman. But they rejected her because she was only 13, and the age difference between Leo and her would have been too big. So then they brought on Claire Danes because they loved her maturity.
Yeah, she was fantastic in this.
She was. Oh, God, it was the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, yes.
That's so cool.
The thing I loved about Romeo and Juliet is the imagery, because you had the Hawaiian shirts. They had a lot of angels and the statues, the religious statues, but it was just like this it had this aesthetic, this look. It was just so different.
I have to say, Baz Luhrmann.
Oh my God,
he
this was
is a master.
no one would have ever pictured Romeo and Juliet like this, and the imagery of it is a
Everything.
cinematic masterpiece.
It was. It
Yes.
really was. And the soundtrack.
But both, I had soundtrack. Both soundtracks are killer. Because
Yes.
on Cruel Intentions, you got Muse, Every
Placebo?
Me, Placebo. No,
It was Placebo.
I was Placebo. Me, Every You. Skunk and Nancy, Bittersweet Symphony.
Yes.
Praise You.
Oh.
But on Romeo and Juliet, you've got Young Hearts, Run Free, and Everybody's Free. And the one with that when they
Desiree?
first meet. Yeah. Oh,
Kissing you, boy.
yes. When they first meet in the fish tank scene and the
Yes.
music's in the background. Oh, both soundtracks are fantastic.
Oh, they are fantastic.
Yes.
But also what I loved, again, back to Baz Luhrmann and his little sneaky Easter eggs in the movie. Did you know all the guns in the movies were named after swords? So one of them had a gun named Dagger. One of them had a 9mm sword.
Yeah.
Another one was a rapier. And a rapier
Oh,
is
yes.
the
Yes.
fencing sword.
Yeah.
And there was a long sword.
Okay.
So all of them had the names on the guns.
Ah, very good.
Which I thought was so clever because in
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare, they had swords.
Yes. And I loved all the action scenes and that, like, again, photography. When you first meet Tybalt, which is the John Leguizamo.
Oh,
And he's at the
used to love
station,
him.
right? The petrol station.
Yeah.
And he gets the cigarette out and lights it with the match. The match falls and he butts it out with his,
Yeah.
like, it's just all in slow-mo. Everything is just dramatic and sexy and hot. And it's like, oh my
Yes.
God.
It had riz,
It
Miz.
did have
so much
riz.
riz.
And just different.
And again, like I'm sorry, I keep going to Baz Luhrmann, but I think he's a real master in the
Yes.
film industry. Every billboard and
Oh,
scrap
yeah.
piece of paper had something linked to
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, so really taking, and the fact that they actually used the Romeo and Juliet, they used the language.
Yes.
Yes, but
It didn't change.
yes, but you can still understand it because it's all in the modern
A
setting.
plague on your houses.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And yeah, so I think from then on, anyone who would study Romeo and Juliet in year 10 English would be watching that movie because
Did we watch it?
I think we
Or
did.
was it- Yeah,
I think we did.
too.
Yeah.
We watched the original one. It had green sleeves.
Ah, God. Yes, I remember watching the old ones. Like, oh,
But then this one, God, how lucky.
so
How
good.
lucky. Did you know, I'm sorry, I've got some trivia.
Yeah.
The key hairstylist in Romeo and Juliet, Aldo Signoretti, was kidnapped by a gang member and Baz Luhrmann paid a $300 American ransom. And he broke his leg when they threw him out the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not during the filming.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah, Baz Luhrmann grabbed it. He goes, $300. I'll get him
Yeah.
out for that. Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
I did not know that. Thank you for enlightening me.
There you go.
Are
We're skipping forward to 1999, some Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, let's go.
Cecile. How could you? What about the kiss between Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Oh, that
and-
was so big.
And
I think
what's
they
her
won
name?
an-
Summer Blair.
Yeah, I think they won an award at the.
Yeah, because that big string of saliva.
Saliva. Yep.
Ugh.
That was iconic.
Oh my God, Reese Witherspoon
Yes.
as Annette.
That's what I think because her and Ryan were together and she was pregnant, like with
Was
her
she
first.
pregnant?
Yeah. She's great. I love Reese Witherspoon.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
She has a bit of a dark side to her, I reckon.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah. You wouldn't want to mess with her.
No.
No messing with Reese. But yes, sexy, horny, bitchy is what I've
Yeah,
got.
sexy, horny, bitchy.
Yeah, it was good.
Everything that we're not.
Except for the bitchy part. Yes.
More demure, dowdy, frigid,
Bitchy.
judgy. Dowdy,
Is that our tagline? Dowdy, frigid.
frigid, judgy.
That's the midlife. That's right.
But it was such a twisty movie.
It was a twisty movie. And it's fun to watch. And I've got to say, with both, I could watch them on repeat. And I have watched them. And I feel like I would like to watch them again after
Oh,
having...
I want to watch Romeo and Juliet
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Like, with Cruel Intentions, like I can't watch it with the kids around.
Of course, yeah.
But
feel-
Romeo and Juliet could. I don't know, maybe not the
What do you
ending.
think of? I suppose if you think of Romeo and Juliet, you know, it's written by the greatest playwright of all time.
Yes.
So Cruel Intentions doesn't, to me, have the same depth and what have you because it's not a Shakespeare play, but it's fun to watch.
I don't know, Mez, because again, watching the green slit, the old Romeo and Juliet movie, and this and that, it was boring. Whereas the cinematography
made
is what made it,
Yeah.
and having a hot actor and actress, it lifted it.
Do you remember Paul Rudd was in this?
Paul Rudd?
Yes, he played the astronaut. I can't remember the name. That he's supposed to be hooked up with Claire Danes, but she didn't want him. Yeah.
Was that Paul Rudd?
Yes.
The man that's never ages.
Never ages. He's always just around.
Wow.
He's just around. He's hot.
Far out.
Yeah.
I remember, was it Mercutio?
Mm.
I was going to
Yes.
say Mauricio. Mercutio. And what I liked about Mercutio was they made him a drag queen in the movie because he had two sides to him.
Yeah. And I loved
clever.
the you know when they go to the beach and it had like the theater, the outside of the theater, like the Globe
Was it
Theater.
Venice Beach?
Yes, but like it was like a
Yes.
rundown
Yes.
shell of the theater, like to hark back to Shakespeare.
God almighty. I
Alright,
remember back from Cruel Intentions though. Remember she who'd she hide? She hid the
under
cello
the bed.
man.
Yeah, under the bed. It's got this little feather. As I said, there's a bit of comedy that I liked.
does.
But then obviously Romeo and Juliet, so like Cruel Intentions, sexy, horny, bitchy, with a bit of comedy, and Romeo and Juliet, romance,
Oh,
and just beautiful cinematography.
Riz.
Riz.
And all that Riz. Who
Alright,
better?
Who did it better? You go first.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yep, I agree. Cruel Intentions, a very, very close second.
Excellent,
Very,
yes.
very close. But Romeo and Juliet is just a cinematic masterpiece. And Fonz, I feel like we've got to do a Baz Luhrmann showdown or something.
Yes, I love
Please.
Baz.
Yeah, me too. But not
Baz.
Great Gatsby. That's a bad one.
Oh, I haven't watched Great Gatsby.
Don't watch it. But anyway,
Struggle
Romeo and
with the
Juliet.
book.
Can I finish with this? And I've watched this movie so many times. I said I was studying my future husband.
Okay.
How Romeo and Juliet finished, and the police captain saying, "All are punished. All are punished." And then it goes to the news reporter, and it's slowly zooming out of a TV, and he goes, "Never was there a tale of more woe than that of Juliet and her Romeo."
Brilliant.
Bonds.
Miz, where art thou, Miz?
Thou art here. Oh, you were there, listener. Oh, that was
Doth
doth what? Come on.
doth be the listener. Thy be a dickhead.
Oh, that was fun.
That was great. God almighty. Oh, those old feelings are stirred up again, I have
Yes,
to say.
yes.
Guys, listen, come follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Give us a like as well. Give us a recommend us to your friends if you think they'll enjoy a bit of
do.
midlife moments. And
We hope you've had fun.
yeah, and we'll see you next week. Bye.